Welcome to Talk Cosmos, the show where Sue Rose Minahan and her panel of guests bring you insightful conversations to awaken consciousness for soul growth. Come journey with us through astrology's energetic cycles and get ready to understand your path in the cosmic roots of the stars.
Hello, once again, I'm Sue Minahan. This is Talk Cosmos, and today is Astro Jam. We've been giving a little different description because we're going to elaborate on the eclipses. You know, eclipses are open portals. They're new dimensions. They renew directions. And this is really a particularly momentous time, changing and renewing, starting again. We have 9 astrologers. They cross the globe, unraveling both first the Virgo lunar eclipse. It was just last week, but we're feeling it. We're in that season. And the upcoming Aries solar eclipse at the end of the month. The plot is experiential. I think that's the right word. We experiment. It's experiential. You will be experiencing it. It's a drama. We're dramatizing. And it's a close-up interaction with celestial consciousness. Each astrologer takes a planet in this particular event rather than our regular mystery ones, which we will return to. So connect with us in summer when we come back in early July, I believe. So let's begin. We are now ready for Astro Jam.
Astro Jam is a fun and exciting reenactment where a group of astrologers bring 2 mystery charts to life. Here, planets speak their archetypal consciousness to us, just like they do in our minds and hearts. Playing out the chart's planets like a spontaneous music jam, this is your cast of Astro Jam.
Hi, I'm Sue Minahan, and I'm founder of Talk Cosmos, an astrologer, evolutionary, and a consultant. And I am Mercury today. And am I introducing folks? Because if so, we have Israel AJOSE of London, of Sacred Planets. And he's a consultant and teacher of astrology tarot. And we have Melissa of Venus in Australia, Brisbane, of her, well, we'll find out, Trust the Longer Journey. We also have Jolly Knott of BodhiMindful.com, a consulting astrologer, Reiki master, and transformational coach. And she is Uranus. Then coming to the United States, we have Rob Passetti over there on the East Coast outside of Pittsburgh, Deep Earth Astrology. He is Jupiter, a visionary of Deep Earth Astrology, and watch for his tarot deck coming up. Then moving into the middle, not quite the middle, but more west, is Susie Cox of, we'll jump up north. We have Justin Crockett Elsie of Washington, and he's a Yodish astrologer, Zoom consultation, and on YouTube. Thank you. And he is going to be Mars. Yes, Mars is still out of bounds. Then we're going now to Tucson, down in Arizona, Neptune, that mysterious planet out there. She's a professional astrologer, 35 years, with 55,000 charts, and a workshop presenter and author. Thank you, Susie Cox. Then going into California again, who do we have? Saturn, of course. Saturn can't be forgotten. Sean Kelly, near Mount Shasta, speaker, executive, motivational leadership with digital business. Thank you, Sean Kelly. And last but not least, I think it's last but not least, are Marie O'Neill, founder of Padma Life Coaching. She has a retreat we're going to tell you about very soon with a discount. She's an astrologer, speaker, past life regression facilitator of Padma Life Coaching. Thank you. And Marie is going to be Pluto, brave, deep, moving networks. All right, we have our cast. Let's see what else we have. Yes, we're going to be talking about first the lunar eclipse. And this is just a short sequel about it because people want to get in on the scene. And yes, you can show everybody in case they want to speak. Remember that the lunar eclipse is when a full moon is within 18 degrees of the nodes. And it happens to be in Virgo. It's at almost 24 degrees. We have all kinds of shows telling you about the domain of Virgo. Anybody want to pipe in with a couple of words?
Perfectionist. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, fixing, perfection.
Yeah. Critical. Critical.
Perfection.
Editing.
Okay. That's what we're going to do with the south. It is in the south node. Exactly. Yeah. A lunar eclipse is when the shadow of Earth blocks the light from the moon. And I had another one, but you can look at this later. Okay. Because last week, there's many shows that I have about the lunar eclipse and the eclipses in general. But I wanted to give a little bit of background. The moon is going to be Israel AJOSE, Mercury, myself, and the South Node, and it is retrograde. Venus, also retrograde, will be Melissa Elvira Billington. Mars, which is out of bounds, Justin Crockett Elsie. Jupiter, the traditional Pisces North Node 2, is Rob Passetti. Saturn, Sean Kelly. Uranus, Jolly Knott. Neptune, the modern Pisces North Node, is Susie Cox. And Pluto, Marie O'Neill. Okay, we shall begin. I hope everybody can see that large. I put on the left, I think we discussed this, but in case you want to bring it up, focus, for some reason, that's what these other are. Basically, Chiron, which is at 21 Aries in Ceres. Chiron, the wounded alchemist, where we transform. And Ceres, where we nurture our grief by transforming, at 7 Pisces. So the sun is open territory. The sun, any of us can choose. It's at 23 degrees Pisces. I will say, hey, we've got it all figured out. No?
Given that I'm Saturn and the sun is right there, I'll embody that for a moment here because, I need everything let go of. And at 22 Pisces, it's difficult. And that moon over there in Virgo is making it really hard. In fact, I'm kind of confused myself as Saturn as to where to even start.
Well,
Maybe Uranus has got.
Thank you, Saturn. I was just about to say to you that, given that I'm sextiling the sun and Saturn, I'm here to embody in a Taurian way the epiphanies that I'm so good at. I like breaking stuff up, but I do it in a beautiful way because I'm hanging out in Venus's Airbnb. So I think it's worth keeping in mind that I am there as a sextile in giving you opportunities, opening doorways or windows, not if you have a tornado going through your house though. And this is where I am really here to give you that embodied, visceral sense of opportunity.
Oh, thank God.
I am Mercury and I am I'm slowed really down and as I'm beginning to retreat in my thoughts, I'd like to know what Venus has to think about that Uranus.
I am, delighted with having a mission and I'm ready to head out. And at the same time, I'm so ready for that Airbnb retreat at the same time, where I can integrate all of the vital, fiery energy and story of what's next and what are we going to be activists for? What are we going to love?
Yeah,
I just want to point out that I am going to be, for Venus in particular, you will be stationing at 24 degrees Pisces. So again, I will be sextiling that re-entry point.
Well, that does make me think that there will be
And I am Jupiter over here in Gemini, and I was kind of waiting for Mercury to come my way to receive my wonderful Gemini energy, which it loves. And it just said, you know what? No, thank you. No big expansive, intellect, no big expansive communication, no dialogue. I'm going right with Venus and Aries.
It is a tough one. It is so true. But I'm thinking all the time. And I'm wondering, okay, well, what does Neptune have to say? Because Neptune, that node is so close to Neptune. And you're talking to Jupiter with that node. And, we've got the old and the new, and we've got we're ending things and beginning things. It seems like a lot of riptides.
Yeah, for sure. As the North Node, I just think the fate is very confused right now. We're all in a place where our destiny does not seem quite clear, and we have that Piscean everything all at once happening right now. And Neptune is certainly, muddying the waters, so to speak, and feeding that idea of everything.
I am
all
not
at once.
muddying the waters. I am not muddying the waters. People don't understand who Neptune is. I have a sense of inner wisdom and inner clarity. So I'm clearing up the disillusions from the past. I'm at 29 degrees Pisces. I call this the sludge of the zodiac, right?
Yeah.
The very last before it goes into Aries. So I am here to kind of dissolve all the sludge. And the North Node is helping me do it. So, and as Mercury and Venus go past, I'm going to hug them and embrace them and give them some wisdom so I can help them on their path. So I am the one out of all of this conjunct the North Node that is soothing and calming everybody. Do not be afraid of me, or do not be upset or think I'm confusing. I'm not confused at all. I am clear.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm the authority. I am Pluto in Aquarius. And how everybody is seen in the world, how I am seen in the world is as the authority. I'm for the people. I'm original. However, I am working with Saturn in Pisces, and I'm also working with Uranus in Taurus. I'm helping you to figure out your values. I am also trying, in good aspect, to that South Node, helping the South Node to heal the critical wounds, helping the South Node to figure out what it values, how it wants to be of service to the tribe. I am here to support. At the same time, I can only support if the rest of you are willing to transform.
Well, this does. I'm Mercury, and I'm ruling that South Node in Virgo. So I'm trying to discern all these ideas. But ideas only get me so far. I need to know what the emotions are. Moon, what do you think? What do you feel? Like,
well, this is what it's about. I am a great mother, and you all need to follow my lead. I'm the one that's going to nurture you. I'm the one that's going to pamper you. I'm the one that's going to make you all feel secure. And since that it's at my degree where the lunar eclipse is happening in Virgo, also conjunct the South Node, I'm here to say that I'm here to break old habits, the old patterns. However, I'm here to remind you that in order to go forward, we have to go back. So we got to go back in order to be able to go forward. And that is why the South Node is alongside with me. So the South Node acts as my pouch, as my resource, but is also showing me things that we need to let go of, that we need to release the old patterns, the old habits. And we need to also start looking towards on developing more clarity, something of more that is of more service to humanity, and something that can make us feel more secure. And I'm going to be doing it by organizing, by aiming for that perfection, for that purification. And that is what I am about.
All
Well,
right.
I'm sorry, Moon. But I'm Mars in Cancer.
And I've got Uranus on my side too.
And in the Hindu chart here, I am ruled by a deity here, the mother goddess and nurture. And so in the chart, I'm the one showing the way forward. Mars is showing you the path forward. And in this particular degree of Cancer, I am the nourisher. I need to nourish and grow and find innovation. That Aries, that Namsa is in Aries, and I'm innovative in showing you how you need to nurture yourself. I'm also bringing out the idea of what we have to heal, since I'm squaring Chiron in this chart. And so I'm there to help you be compassionate, nurture yourself during these chaos times. And I'm giving Chiron the vision of which way to go forward in healing our wounds at this particular time. So I'm nurturing and showing the path forward as Mars wants to do here.
And I have to jump in. As Uranus, I am once again trining the moon. So I've got that electric cable where I am helping you chop, slice, deliver, sushify, whatever you need to do. You got it. You've got that Uranian energy backing you up, right? Trine, baby.
Thank you very much. Also in my sign of exaltation too, so I'll take that too.
Wow, I've got a lot to think about.
Well, I got to say, I forgot about my relationship with Saturn there. I'm trining Saturn.
Thank you.
So I am at the same time having to, as I move forward and show us our path forward, I'm having to be aware of where my limitations are and really kind of centralize my emotional energy and substantiation to focus on what's really important. And so Saturn's helping me understand where I have to be, what my limitations are. And I will make it through, though.
But now I keep thinking again, that South Node is like, okay, if I have to let go, what do I let go? But I'm thinking, okay, Neptune and Jupiter, I mean, they've got a lot to say about that, those ideas of what's going on.
And, you know, I'm Jupiter right now, and I'm feeding a lot of big ideas. That's kind of the whole point of what I'm trying to do right now and I'm trying to open all of these dialogues up, and it just seems like everybody kind of wants to run away and move backwards. The ruler, you know, my ruler is, you know, in Aries right now, stationing, ready to move backwards, and, you know, the rear view mirror. When I'm trying to kind of encourage and inspire everyone to talk more, to communicate more, but it just doesn't seem like that might be the direction of things right now, but that will change.
Jupiter, you got to listen to Uranus. I'm Saturn, man. I am the big daddy here. I'm saying what's up. And Mama, listen to Uranus. At least I got some help, right? I got Uranus, I got Mars. Hey, I got friends this time, which is kind of weird for Saturn, right? But today I got friends.
Can we just be clear? Uranus is the big daddy. Uranus is the sky god. Uranus came before all you other ones. Except for maybe Pluto.
Oh, you guys, you're going to have to go into the underworld.
I am.
Me too.
Yeah, but we're going down. But I keep thinking, like, we're at the last stages of Neptune. There is something going on here. It's like 14 years of listening to nothing and then everything. It's like a echo chamber between past and future and present and beyond. And
Neptune. I'm Neptune. I've always been talking. People don't listen. You have to be quiet. I'm talking, but I talk through vibration and emotions and feelings and kind of a sense of inner wisdom. So you have to be quiet to listen to it. I am so happy being in Pisces, the 29th degree of Pisces, with the North Node helping me out. This is like bringing all the old, clearing it up. What is Neptune's water? I'm like washing everything up, before it spits into Aries. And people are like, yeah, there are a lot of planets there, but Neptune, my wisdom is guiding everybody into this next place. So
actually, I'm the one. I rule the sign
there.
that you're about ready to go into there, Neptune, and I'm ruling the sign that Chiron, Venus, and Mercury are in, and so I'm giving you somewhat of an idea of how to prepare for this new growth and this new beginnings by nurturing and centralizing and really focusing on what's important here.
Well, and I'm helping you, Neptune. We are in a sextile aspect, and I'm helping you to transform other people, helping you to help other people get to the deeper truths, the ultimate truths by help.
Now you're speaking my language.
But the first planet that's going to aspect you, Neptune, is going to be the moon by opposition. So I'm taking all of your message and I'm bringing it down here to Earth, where people can purify, cleanse, perfect, and make sure that your ideals, your dreams, your visions are practicalized and earthed in the sign of Virgo, where the full moon eclipse is taking place.
Thanks
so I'm grounding your dreams. I'm grounding your ideals.
Thanks for helping, Moon. Virgo always works well with the Pisces, to ground me a little bit. That's totally fine. But I am so happy. I'm completely happy with where I am right now and the transition that's going to be coming up. So no, don't worry about Neptune. I'm just totally fine.
Yeah. It is interesting.
And by the way, Oz, you're working for me. You're in my sign, by the way. While you're in Cancer, you're working for me. You're under my roof. So I'm gonna treat you good. You're gonna be well fed and well nurtured. But you're still under my roof while you're in Cancer.
I'm so glad to be Mercury, because Mercury can go anywhere. I've got those winged feet. And right now, yes, I'm going down deep. But you know what? I can message it out. And what I'm really getting is by going down under the ground, visiting there with Pluto, and also with the waters, it's as though I can see laser and jump into the sea, is that it's rebirthing. This igniting time, if I can just get my purpose, because there's so many, but then we're just in the middle of this eclipse as we have another one coming up. And because what I want is water and fire is like the volcanoes that are erupting under the sea, like rebirth. I'm going to see what I can discover, but I have to let go all these extraneous stuff so that I can be like zero in with my Aries. But I guess, yeah.
Well, one of the things that you guys have to remember is you're all hidden. Nobody sees you. You're working from behind the scenes. And I'm up here at the top. People perceive all of you as Plutonian, as transformative, as helping other people to transform the world. That's how you're all seen.
I like this. I think maybe shall we pause this and we'll take this away and just talk? We have about Okay, we have 3 or 4 minutes.
This is good.
I've just got one point to add, if that's okay, because I always do. I know. But that is, the revolution will be televised. Wait until it gets to Gemini. Wait until I'm trining you, Pluto. Oh boy!
Whoa.
Fireworks time.
I say wait and see. Wait and see. There's a lot of terrain every day.
Be careful there, Uranus. Zeus is going to chain you up soon.
I say see.
Oh my God, this is so good.
See and wait. I say see and wait. see it
Saturn at
first.
22 just feels like a total spiral out, like it doesn't stop spiraling. It just feels like a chart that has no ending, you know?
Yeah. Was there a final dispositor?
I didn't check that, but I really think in many ways these outer planets, particularly Neptune, Pluto right now, like Neptune just about, but the day with the next eclipse is going to be the day before it goes into Aries, and then Pluto that is in Aquarius,
And
besides,
and it's just about out of bounds.
well, yeah, mine is out of bounds. Susie, yours is out of bounds. Ours is out of bounds. We were born out of bounds.
I think the moon in this eclipse chart is the final dispositor.
I don't know. I think it might be Mercury or Jupiter.
I thought it was.
Well, we don't know. They're under the ground. No, I mean.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
I think Mercury, Jupiter kind of play a big part in the final dispositor.
I don't know. We can pop the chart up and look.
Yeah. Let's pop the
Can
chart
we
up.
see?
What
Nate,
time
can
was
we
it?
have-
It was.
Well, this is
11?
Greenwich, and it was 6:55 a.m. Greenwich time. I did that, so it's a 13 Aries. But let's look. The moon goes to Mercury. The Mercury goes to Mars. Nope, it goes back and forth. It's got
Goes back
three.
and forth. Yeah. So
It
goes
is that.
yeah.
Well, isn't that great? Because really, we're thinking through our emotional debris of being out of bounds. Like
just
what
Mercury
emotions count.
is stationary, so it's kind of like stuck. It's
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I was
I
asking.
can only see one perspective, and that's all I can see. I can't move anywhere.
And what's interesting is esoterically, Mercury rules Aries.
Aries, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to think, Aries has to think first before it acts.
Oh, I know. We have to go. Thank you. But since this is an eclipse, a lunar eclipse, we are remembering releasing. We're getting ready, spreading the waves so we can go through into our solar. So let's take a little break. Everybody,
it's all hidden though.
Just stay. Yes, it is. Well, it's deep.
Yeah,
it's internal. Yeah, very
internal.
internal.
Yeah, the South Node Ketu can come across as hidden. What's underneath and hidden, whereas the Demon Head, the North Node, can show what's really stopping us.
Yeah. So it has a lot to do about our emotions, about how we're thinking, about our perspective, about networking. We're retooling ourselves, and the clock moves on.
And it's about home too, because what are you willing to fight for?
Oh, well.
Because that fourth house,
or defend, or create a new cause, maybe.
Well, it's fourth house, so it's deep roots.
Yeah, it's true. I've been thinking. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get transplanted? Can we? I don't know.
Do we want to get transplanted?
The questions go on and on. I have Sag down there. Thank you.
Really?
Okay. All right. I think we shall return from the underground, from the outer world, from within, without. While we take a break from this week's edition of Talk Cosmos, let's take a look at this cycle's archetype. We are currently in the yin period of Pisces, ruled modernly by Neptune and by Jupiter in traditional astrology of the ancients. By leaving a cycle based on the equality of all humans and brilliancy, Pisces concludes the 12 signs that energetically encompass the entirety of the universe, where humans have no control. As a mutable water sign represented by two fish swimming in opposite directions of the forces of life, we experience in Pisces the collective unconscious energy of the unknown. Intuitive, psychic Pisces completes the seed cycle, initiated with Aries' willful separation from the Piscean womb.
Talk Cosmos brings insightful conversations to awaken consciousness for the soul growth with hour-long programs Talk Cosmos weekly programs are also available to watch live on the Talk Cosmos YouTube channel and Facebook page. While you're there, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons so you get the full Talk Cosmos experience. Or if you'd rather listen to the show archives with audio only, the entire podcast collection since 2018 is available on most podcast carriers. And to find out about upcoming programs, sign up for the newsletter at talkcosmos.com. So grab your coffee, tea, or kombucha and enjoy the show.
This is Martha Norwalk. Every Sunday morning, beginning at 9 a.m., thanks in part to the Ananda Institute of Living Yoga, we cover the world of animals. This week, March 23rd, it's an extra edition, and we'll spend most of it with Merritt and Beth Clifton from animals24-7.org and find out about what's going on with all the animals in the news everywhere. Plus, Henry, the rooster, caught his tail feathers on fire. He's okay, but we need to hear the story. Martha Norwalk's Animal World, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. to noon, right here on Alternative Talk, AM 1150.
Be sure to support the sponsors of your favorite shows on Alternative Talk 1150.
Hi, this is our half hour, and briefly, this is a wonderful caption of all of our 8 speakers, plus myself, and their websites that you can go to. Meanwhile, we'll begin just as a little brief recap of each person. Melissa Elvira Billington is at substack.com. She has Trust the Longer Journey, and has, you can connect with her for yoga and all kinds of great blogs. We have Israel Ahosi of London, of Sacred Planets, and he's always a teacher, and he has his YouTube, and he is a consultant actively, and that would be at sacredplanets.com, as I said. And it's active continually. Then we have Jolly Knott, that's Knott, of Bodhi Mindful, and she has an upcoming at the Astrological Association, an Aries Ingress lecture and workshop. It's not quite on the list, but I know it will be sudden. But if you just email Jolly, you can say, I want on. I'm sure she can do that. Is that right, Jolly?
They can email me. It is actually not with the Astrological Association. I'm doing it separately, but they can definitely email me for more details.
Well, in retrograde, here we go. Thank you very much, Uranus. We have Rob Passetti, professional consulting astrologer with his deepearthastrology.com. And he's always active. And he happens to be, there's a retreat or a conference I'll mention, but he also has a tarot deck that was supposed to be published and got kind of caught up with the political problems with China.
Yes, that'll be coming out soon. We're doing our first vibrational astrology only retreat this year called Fractal Cosmos. You can go to fractalcosmos.org. Registration is open. We do have a beginner track for anybody that's just interested in putting their toe in the water and learning about the basics of it. And then we also have an advanced and intermediate track for those people that really want to dig into the harmonic charts of the vibrational astrology.
It'll be quite exciting. It's online. Both Rob and I are students of Linda Berry, who works fervently with David Cochran, that many are aware of. But this will be very exciting. He'll be present too.
Yes.
Yeah. Justin Crockett Elsey. Now you can find everything he has through his YouTube channel, Astrological Yogi. He's also on Blue Sky, like myself and Melissa and a few other people. And he's an archetypal Yodish astrologer, an author, a consultant via Zoom. And you can email him at justin.elsey@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Then we have Susie Cox, who is very involved with the Tucson Astrology Guild.org, our Neptune, transiting from the waters to
Aries.
fire.
I'm in Aries now.
Yes, ma'am. And she has various workshops coming up, but nothing right on the schedule. So thank you. And we have now Marie O'Neill, who also has some good news to come up. She is always on YouTube with her life coaching and with Kepler College. But this is very particular. you have a event. You're one of your
right.
Go ahead.
Right. It is the biannual retreat. It's online. Right now, the title is Caring for the Soul. I have 5 presenters, including myself, who each will give a 1-hour presentation. They have free gifts for everyone. There's a special price for the event going on until the 31st. And if you want to learn more, all you really need to do is go to the Eventbrite page or the Eventbrite site and look for Caring for the Soul. You can also find it under the business name Padma Life Coaching. I encourage you to check out the page. We're going to be talking about how to reach your spirit guides, how to do dream yoga, past life regression. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a wide scope. Thank you so much. So and you can always go back to this slide or just email Marie. And we have Sean Kelly, who does growth-focused astrology and consultations at Evolutionary Astro. He is a marketing expert and also a consultant. Myself, thank you, Sean, and myself on my YouTube, Talk Cosmos. I did one on Uranus moving into Gemini. We are going to be doing a dwarf planet beginning, which is very exciting. That's coming up. But next week is going to be spring equinox vibrational themes with Linda Barry, the turning season. It tells the messages for the entire season. Very exciting. And also then we have the eclipse, a really in-depth metaphysical approach with archetypal symbols. That'll be exciting too. And if you want to check ones coming up in the past, it was about Venus retrograde, Chiron return. These are energies we're still digesting and experiencing. And of course, Neptune and Aries. The outer planets are making their... So we will begin with our next theme, and it is the solar eclipse. Now, it's a new moon within 12 degrees of the moon. This is a partial solar eclipse. It's at 9 degrees Aries. And if we want to throw out, it's the beginning, the start, the seed, igniting the pioneer. Anything quick people want to share? Is that it? Okay.
This is opposite. The point is actually opposite the last Libra eclipse at 10 degrees Libra last October, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's right. Because it has stayed at 9 degrees for about November. And that, yes, I was noticing. So that's a good point. And which the moon does.
It's a very, all eclipses are significant, but this one I feel is more so because it's a new moon solar eclipse, which is all about planting new seeds and initiating new energy. And it's in the first zodiac sign of Aries. So I feel like this eclipse has, even though it's not a total solar eclipse, but it has a potency. It's got an extra kick to it because of the Aries, cardinal sign, and it's got that newness to it too. So it's one to watch out for.
Yeah, we won't see it over here in Hawaii, and I think only the East Coast can see it. And I believe Europe will be able to see it. I think I didn't bring up the map, but it is when Earth blocks the moon blocks the light from the sun.
I will say that it does happen at 9 degrees Aries, which is where Mercury was for the lunar eclipse. Station to go retrograde.
That's right.
Exactly.
I believe Venus retrograded about 10 degrees of Aries also as well. So so
from everything we're thank you. And since both are going underground, being retrograde, unseen for a while, and very internalizing, repeating and thinking all these ideas, which we'll come up with, it could be that the sun is going to be able to illuminate to say, okay, let's move forward.
Yeah. Has anyone looked at the Sabian symbol for those degrees? I haven't had a chance to. But
well, at the end, we can check that out. Okay, good point. Yeah, I have, and Justin would be our guru on that at the moment. And putting you on the spot there, Justin. Okay, well, here we have our cast. Once again, the sun, which is amazing because it is a solar. So the sun itself is saying, all right, folks, go for it. I'm in control anyway. I'm shining everything. But we can comment on it. And the eclipse moon will once again be Israel AJOSE, Mercury, myself, and the South Node will be myself. Venus, also retrograde, will be Melissa. Mars is Justin. Jupiter, traditional North Node, Rob. Saturn, Sean. Uranus, Jolly. Neptune, modern Pisces North Node, Susie. And Pluto, Marie. All right. There we be. Again, this little one on the left. And there's the ones that really only changed were Ceres, changed 3 degrees, and Vesta changed. But other than that, and maybe even Taurus. But the others stayed pretty much the same.
Vesta's gone retrograde, actually. Vesta retrogrades on March 22nd.
Okay.
The 18th degree of Scorpio.
And since then, we have a Venus star point. You know, Venus at 2 degrees is carrying that. But without any more, let's start with the sun. I am reminding you, I have been at this moment before, but this is going to be new. What are you going to do when the lights come back? Mars? You're ruling me.
Moon.
Oh, Moon, I forgot. You're next
Mars here. You know, I'm still triangulating, or I'm still trying Saturn there, now Venus.
Thank you.
And I'm still squaring Chiron, but now I'm sextiling Uranus, Prometheus there. And so I'm actually now, you know, I'm still squaring Chiron, so I'm moved along now, and I'm going to start questioning. Okay, what success have I had with this? Am I feeling fulfilled? Am I been healing myself? And now's the time to take action because Uranus is saying, okay, let's move on. Let's take some action with what you've learned from this relationship with Saturn and Chiron.
And me as Saturn here, I mean, look, I'm going to look at Uranus hard. This is a learning trine. You know, where we've got Mars trine Saturn with both making a sextile to that Uranus. And Uranus is saying, hey, I'm the orchestrator here. And I understand what you need, Saturn, to move everything forward. I understand what structures you got to dissolve. And Mars, thank you so much for all the nurturing that you can deliver to ensure that happens. Uranus, where the heck are we going, though?
Oh, it's all in the master plan. We're bringing fire to the people, baby. But in the meantime, we're going to do it in a really nice and genteel way. It's going to be thunderbolts that come from the ground up. We're doing it in an earthy Venusian way. And as soon as Venus is, you know, she's exalted, you know, so she's VIP in her Airbnb, and I'm feeling pretty taken care of in mine, but I can't wait for Gemini.
Yeah, you know, though, that brings me to Jupiter. You're talking that language, Jupiter. What language are you talking? Where's your thunderbolts?
Well, I'm actually agreeing with Saturn here that this is a time about learning because, you know, where we're going to be focused at learning is in strategy because we have that trine to Pallas Athena at 13 degrees Aquarius. And this is all going to be about using wisdom of strategy. And that is where we're going to be focusing that is the energy that we're going to be using to focus our intellect right now. We're going to be learning about how to navigate through these things. And, you know, I'm also going to hop into the sun for a second and say, you know, I'm crossing a threshold right here. This is the point where we saw both of those retrograde points with Mercury and Venus happening. So I am pushing through this threshold and being the initiator of Aries. And where am I headed? Well, I'm headed right to meet Chiron.
Well, and I got to tell you guys, I'm the leader of this train because I'm Pluto in Aquarius. And I am the one who is out front. I'm headed to the underworld because I'm getting ready to go below the horizon. And all of you guys are coming along right behind me. The goal is transformation, no matter how we cut it. Everyone is supporting each other to transform who we are, to transform society, to have courage, to find out the truth of who we actually are. And yeah, so I am Pluto. I am Lord of the Underworld. Everybody has to come through me one way or the other.
Well, all y'all are battling out who's in charge and who's leading the way. I just want to say that back here in the retreat center, having 9 degrees that sun and moon are now of Aries, and having been there on the last eclipse on that point of creating and bringing forth new forms for old symbols, I've backtracked a little bit. I need to take a break. I can see what's ahead in terms of the mission that we're on. So I'm heading back into the Piscean, Neptunian realm of gathering myself before we all head out to recreate the world together.
I'm so glad to realize, because I am excited. Yes, I'm retreating, but I am sprouting. I am 0 degrees. I'm at the Aries point, and, I'm going backwards, but I'm not, I'm getting so building this seed that I'm going to burst out with, but I have a lot of work to do with it because it needs a lot of updating, right? I got to update this and maybe prune a little that and rearrange things and just kind of check in with everybody and see what they're up to too. Well, I might get some more brainstorms.
I'm Neptune. I will help you out, dear, because Mercury, you're conjunct me, and we're trading space, we're trading places. As you go into Pisces, I'm going into Aries, and I'm really, really enjoying being in Aries. We will really enjoy, and I'm really kind of a cheerleader, and I'm moving people forward, and it is going to be so much fun.
Woo! Yeah, we will pass the torch. That's right. Tomorrow you go, I return. Woo! This is fun.
Well, I am all about transforming the personal relationships, the intimate relationships as Pluto. So, these relationships are getting ready to transform no matter who they are, whether it's love relationships, whether it's family, and the relationships to yourself. You are starting on a brand new journey because this is new. You've got to have courage, and you've got to have stamina. You've got to be able to go the long haul. And I tell you, it is all about transforming the self ultimately.
Well,
and I'll take that torch because I'm transforming in terms of networks, in terms of communities,
Uranus.
In terms of the people who will bring you presents, in terms of the things that really matter, and particularly because I have this sextile relationship to Mars, who's ruling this eclipse. I'm really trying to send some good juju, some good vibes, electrify Mars. Mars isn't always happy in water. I get it. So I'm trying to electrify Mars and give you a little bit of oomph. What do you think, Mars?
But I'm going to be fine with that, and I'm happy that Uranus is giving me a little bit of oomph there and getting me out of the doldrums of the emotions of the ocean there, and it's helping me really consider emotionally and trust my intuition at this point about what really is important as we move forward in being emotionally fulfilled. And so I'm happy with sextiling Uranus there.
Well, you guys can chatter all you want. You're all coming home to mama. I am running the show. It's my house. Number one, I'm in the 10th house, so I'm very public. I'm a place where, public, where I can be seen. Not only that, I am the chart ruler it's Cancer rising. And I am running the show indirectly. How? Yes, I am a little bit heated in Aries. However, I'm in a mutual reception with Mars, right? And I'm also on a fixed star degree in Aries, known as Alge Nubu. And it's all about leadership. It's all about ambition. It's all about drive, success. So here with this new moon, solar eclipse in Aries, I am going to be the mother that nurtures you, that guides you into a new world, a new direction. So you're all coming home to mama to come and get fed and nurtured and raised and sent back out into the world where you can do your good deeds.
And I'm the North Node, and Venus right now is moving towards me, looking for that direction. But the difference this time, though, is Saturn is right there conjunct as well. And Saturn is saying to me, this time the lessons are going to have to be a little bit stricter. This time, maybe we're not going to be just bathing in the cosmic stew as we move through the North Node. We're going to need a little bit more structure, a little bit more discipline, and a little bit more review of how this can be done in a more structured way.
It's really true.
Tell me, Saturn, how do you structure unity consciousness?
Yeah, you structure unity. Yeah, that's what we're here. That's what we're going to figure out, because this whole new moon energy wants to drive forward. And I'm over here in Pisces going, I'm still cleaning up the mess. And there's some things that need to get cleaned up. So even though y'all are Big Mama's driving y'all forward, but there's that past stuff that you got to dissolve. And
I got your back, Saturn. I got your back.
That's why Mercury is there to say, along with the sun and the moon, that, it's all about new identity. And when I'm in Aries, because this is Mercury speaking, and yes, I'm going to go back to the big womb and kind of check out but when I come back once again with Aries, I'm going to forge forward, blazing a trail of an identity. And it doesn't have to stay. I can change it tomorrow if I want, or the next day. It doesn't
it's matter. Like you're becoming the butterfly, but you got a piece of the cocoon you got to still let go of. And Pluto Marie, thank you. That sounds like a rock star name to me, by the way.
I love it.
You know what? I have to point out how my sign, I'm ruling this, but that at some point that the 2 or 3 of you are going to get to that Chiron. So I am already giving you some heads up about how you can heal and abundance going forward.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the message of the chart is, how do you move forward when there's so much business that still needs to be wrapped up?
Yeah.
That seems
Where's
to be
the cleanup crew?
Repeat that.
Where's the cleanup crew?
We're right
here. We have a little bit of information that we asked about. What is the Sabian? And our Mars came up, did a lot of action there, and he found out, Justin, that the one before it, 8 degrees, is about sensitivity. At 9 degrees, it's concentrated attention, and at 10 degrees, abstraction. According, so you're sensitive. Then you figure out, okay, what's getting my attention, and then you kind of abstract it and make it bigger. And also, Israel came up our moon, our mama there, house,
Mama Moon,
that is the fixed star, Al Janubi.
Yeah.
So, what is Al Janubi?
What is Al Janubi?
Yeah.
So it's a fixed star. It's connected with like drive and like success and leadership qualities. It's a real powerful fixed star.
I think Venus going back into Pisces is really going to help us value what we could from the past, and we really clean that up. So
Neptune's going to charge on, and then Saturn ahead, and Uranus. Everybody
hat like that on.
Got new hats. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob Pizzetti, Jolly Knots, Jolly, Susie Cox, Sean Kelly, Marie O'Neill, Justin Elsie, Crockett, Israel Hosi, and Melissa Elvira Billington, tongue twisters, and myself, Sue. Oh my goodness, what a revelation. Thank you and blessings through this thick and thin.
Thank you for joining an insightful conversation on Talk Cosmos, the show where Sue Rose Minahan and her panel of guests awaken consciousness by connecting soul growth patterns with astrology's energetic cycles. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place, to continue your journey through the roots of the cosmic pathway.